Analyzing table trends in craps involves observing patterns and outcomes over time to make informed betting decisions. While craps is a game of chance, but relies heavily on decisions, identifying trends can sometimes help yield returns and/or minimize losses. Before placing bets, spend some time observing the table. Note the outcomes of rolls, the behavior of the shooter, and any recurring patterns. A common trend is identifying hot and cold tables. A hot table has frequent wins in long rolls, while a cold table has frequent losses in short rolls. Recognizing these trends can guide your betting strategy. Shooter consistency. Pay attention to the consistency of the shooter. Some shooters may have a streak of good rolls, while others might crap out quickly. Consistent shooters can indicate a potential hot streak. Some are convinced that results will always be random and there's no way to reduce chances of A7, while others acknowledge that it's possible to be consistent in shooting for favorable outcome in making the point or repeating box numbers, hitting place bets in short windows. Look for patterns in the numbers being rolled. For example, if the shooter frequently rolls 6s and 8s, placing bets on these numbers might be advantageous. It's not uncommon to see repeaters. We've been on runs where the shooter rolled 9 9s, 6 8s, and 5 4s in 40 rolls. The come-out roll sets the stage for the game. Observing the outcomes of come-out rolls can give insights into the potential trends of the game. For example, you may see the shooter keeps rolling 7s on the come-out roll consecutively multiple times. The don't players may look forward to playing the 4 and 10. Notice how often points are established and whether they are being hit or missed. Frequent hits on established points can indicate a hot table. On a cold table, you'd notice that a string of shooters roll less than 3 times before 7ing out. Experienced players often bet based on their observations. Watching their betting patterns can provide clues about the table's trends. The overall energy and dynamics at the table can also be telling. A lively, positive table might indicate a hot streak, while a subdued table might be experiencing a cold streak. Late bettors and new or bad dealers that keep making payout mistakes could mess up the vibe and cool down the table. Some players keep detailed records of rolls and outcomes to identify trends. This data can be used to make more informed betting decisions over time. Implementing betting systems like the 5-count system can help capitalize on observed trends. Adjust these systems based on the current table conditions. The 5-count system was developed by Dr. Don Catlin, a professor of mathematics, and popularized by gambling author Frank Scoblete. The system was designed based on the observation that not all shooters are equal. Some have better control over the dice than others. The 5-count system seeks to identify shooters who are more likely to roll beneficial numbers by making them go through a filtering process before the player commits to larger bets. The 5-count system consists of a series of steps to determine when to start placing significant bets on a shooter. It begins with the shooter's come-out roll and follows these steps. Count 1. Any roll on the come-out. Count 2. Any roll that establishes a point. Count 3. Any roll after the point is established. Count 4. Another roll after the previous. Count 5. A roll that passes the previous 4 counts. If the shooter reaches this point, they are considered to have passed the 5 count and are deemed potentially advantageous for larger bets. The primary advantage of the 5-count system is its conservative approach to betting. By waiting for a shooter to pass through 5 rolls, players can avoid making hasty bets on shooters who might quickly 7 out, roll A7 and end their turn. This method theoretically reduces the number of bets placed on less favorable rolls, thereby conserving the player's bankroll and potentially increasing overall profitability. Despite its merits, the 5-count system is not without criticism. Some argue that it offers no real mathematical advantage, as each roll of the dice is an independent event with fixed probabilities. Skeptics claim that the system merely delays the inevitable losses that come with betting on a game of chance. Additionally, waiting for 5 rolls before betting can sometimes result in missed opportunities on hot shooters who 7 out before reaching the 5th count. From a statistical perspective, the 5-count system does not alter the fundamental probabilities of the game. The chance of rolling a7 remains the same regardless of previous rolls. However, proponents argue that the system's strength lies in its psychological impact, encouraging disciplined betting and reducing impulsive decisions that can lead to larger losses. Implementing the 5-count system in a live casino setting requires patience and attention. Players must carefully track the shooter's rolls, often using chips or a notepad to keep count. This methodical approach can be beneficial in maintaining focus and avoiding emotional betting, which is a common pitfall in fast-paced games like craps. Compared to other craps strategies, such as the Iron Cross or the Martingale system, the 5-count system stands out for its conservative nature. While the Martingale involves doubling bets after losses, and the Iron Cross focuses on covering multiple numbers, the 5-count emphasizes patience and selective betting. This makes it appealing to risk-averse players seeking to extend their playing time and reduce potential losses. Some players experiment with variations of the 5-count system, such as the 3-count or 7-count, adjusting the criteria based on personal preferences or specific game conditions. These modifications reflect the system's flexibility and its potential for customization to suit individual playing styles. Differentiate between short-term streaks and long-term trends. While short-term streaks can influence immediate betting, long-term trends provide a broader perspective. Based on your observations, adjust your bets accordingly. Increase bets during hot streaks and reduce them during cold streaks to manage risk. There are different regression strategies where you take more risk in the beginning, then reduce your bets. Analyzing table trends involves a combination of observation, pattern recognition, and strategic betting. While no method guarantees success, being attentive to trends can enhance your overall craps experience and potentially improve your outcomes. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to stay tuned for new videos.